civilization. We learned a little bit of Croatian history this morning.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing about having callers from all around the world. You know, we can focus when we have time on their local history.
Yeah.
To me, that's fascinating. I mean, that area, you know, that's old world over there. I mean, they've been doing stuff for thousands of years. I mean, they were traders and stuff on the sea there 1,500 years ago. We've only been a country for 250 or whatever.
We're a young country. We have young history.
We're a very young country. So it's interesting to learn that and how the attitudes and stuff are all different there. But it's good that they're playing football. That's a civilization. That's something that once you start playing American football, you know they're truly civilized. Right, Jim?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of the third world, let's stay in the third world. We're talking about Silver Springs, Nevada, the home of the longest continuous burning tire fire, where the pavement ends and the dirt begins. We have Aaron. Hey, Aaron. What's up?
You know what? If we were in this position, we would not be third world. Could you turn down $14 million?
No.
For what?
For what?
Led Zeppelin turned down, the surviving members of Led Zeppelin turned down $14 million to play with the Who and Pink Floyd, the Stones, and all those people in that super concert going on down in Southern California.
Wow.
Who turned it down?
14 million.
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. Holy moly.
Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, love their music and everything, but when I saw that, I was like, wow, I guess, you know, hey, it'd be nice to, you know, keep your money. I don't need it. I mean, their remastered CD set has only brought in $60 million, so.
Yeah, you know, it's like they probably just didn't like one of the other people that was on the list. They probably.
You know what? I think it has something to do with the trial that's going on. It's turned into a media circus.
No, yeah, it could have to do with
all the reports that are coming in. But, hey, we were talking about milk delivery this morning, and just a reminder out there, if you're in the Reno-Sparks area, the local dairy, Model Dairy, still delivers milk for you. All you got to do is give them a call. And, oh, by the way, as a kid, my thing was in the wintertime going out and getting the milk off of that little kind of cardboardish cap that they put on the bottle, and, you know, you had the ice milk in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You bet. Hey, Model Dairy, that milk was on our doorstep every 2 days. We had 4 bottles of milk.
Yep.
And the glass bottle. What, you know, plastic has become such an issue, and of course that is the chemical company's product. It's a petroleum product. But whatever happened to glass bottles? I mean, soda tastes so much better from the glass. A beer tastes. I cannot drink beer out of a can. If I have a beer, it's got to come out of glass or a tap. Coming out of a can, it just tastes like an aluminum can. I don't care how you line it, what you do with it. It tastes awful.
I like Sierra Nevada. You know, I think it's a great beer. I like my Indian Pale Ales. And when
you know what? I have one of their signs I stuck on the side of my travel trailer.
There you go. It makes it even cooler. But once I went into the cans, you know, I bought a 12-pack of cans of Sierra Nevadas.
Yeah.
And it was like, ugh, this is bad.
I know.
It doesn't even taste
the same.
same.
Do you like eggplant parmesan?
Nope. Do you like eggplant parmesan, Dennis?
I'm not. You know me.
I don't like the mixture. The feel of it.
You know, I'm not a big eggplant fan. My father loved the weird things like eggplant liver and stuff like that. But
eggplant liver
on the list. Well, no, not eggplant liver, but eggplant in liver.
Yeah. Oh, God, that'd
be horrible. I
love liver.
The first time I learned a lesson in respect was over liver.
Well, tell us the story.
Oh, you're going to love it. Pops put liver on the table. They got the liver and onions with the bacon, and it smelled all great and everything, and I took one bite, and I couldn't eat no more. It was like, I just can't stand that. And, of course, Dad says, there's children starving in Korea that would love that. I just kind of looked at him. I said, well, can we send mine to him, Daddy? Wow. Across the kitchen I went.
Did you finish your dinner?
No. My dad woke me up in the morning. He made, of course, I had to sit at the table until I ate my dinner, and I had the liver stuck on my face because I fell asleep in my plate. To this day, I've never eaten liver. My dad figured out, well, I guess I better not try to feed this kid liver again because he's just not going to eat it. And I just can't. I've never been able to get it down. The texture and all that.
A stubborn boy.
But you know what, though? One of the things I found as a chef cooking in various restaurants, liver and onions, I could not believe how popular it was when we would run it as a special in certain places that I worked. I was blown away. I really was blown away at the amount, just the volume of liver and onions that we pushed out a window when we ran that as a special, a dinner special, certain times.
I love liver and onions. Love it.
Liver's not supposed to be good for you, right?
No, it is good for you.
It is supposed to be really good for you, but I can't do guts.
So you're not a big fan of tripe.
I don't like tripe either.
You don't like You don't like menudo.
You know what? I like the hominy. Okay. I don't like menudo. It's a good flavor and everything. I just can't get that. I just can't do it.
That's okay. That's all right.
But the reason I brought eggplant up this morning.
You have a crop full of it?
No. Do you know we have BT insect-resistant and antibiotic-resistant eggplant?
Really?
Yes. If anybody wants to see some of the biotech crops or what has been genetically engineered, International Service for the Acquisition of Agrobiotech Applications.org, ISAAA.org. Of course, it is a Monsanto website thing here, but it does tell all the products that are out there. We have plums. I didn't know there was a plum until this morning here. Flax, which is something that a lot of health-conscious people use. And, of course, all the corns. They have papayas, plums, canola, potatoes, rice, soybeans, different squashes. And this is the one that, right here, squash, sugar beets, and sugar cane, also tobacco. Why would you want to? I don't know. Are they going to genetically engineer tobacco with no nicotine? I don't know about that. But there's also tomatoes and wheat on this list. And one of the big issues that have come up in food with the health issues, and this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, and I got some emails out to a couple biologists and stuff to see if maybe my theory's right. Some of these people are getting sick and they don't react properly to certain antibiotics that are given to them. Well, we have antibiotics in the meat because of the way the factory farms, as they call them, are squeezing all these animals into a confined space. They stuff them with antibiotics to keep them healthy and from getting disease and stuff. But if they're doing that in the vegetables also, perhaps our bodies are building up immunities to these antibiotics, and conventional antibiotics are not helping when you go to the doctor for a problem. And I have a friend of mine right now, the gal with Metaphysical Garden, they've been dumping antibiotics on this gal, and she's not reacting to them properly, and they don't know what to do for her health problems. And I started asking, I go, what are you eating? She kind of, does the McDonald's here and there and stuff like that. So you're ingesting a lot of these antibiotics, and your body is building up resistance to them so that they don't react. Your body's not reacting to it. And again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know this for sure. I do have emails out there asking. That's just kind of a little hunch I have, but it kind of makes sense to me when you start looking at what is in the food. And, like I said, if you want to see some of the stuff, if you're very conscious about, I had no clue we had a genetically modified type of eggplant out there. So,
well, they say you are what you eat. So if you're health conscious and you think you're eating nothing but good grains and stuff like that, and they're GMO'd, well, you are eating the GMO stuff. So maybe it's not all that healthy for you after all.
You know what though, man? When I look in the mirror, I don't see biscuits and gravy.
No, but would that hold true for say eggs? Like they harvest eggs from these chicken ranches, and the chickens are fed that feed that's modified. I mean, and I used to work at a turkey ranch, so I mean, I was a turkey cowboy, so I understand they kind of mix this stuff up, and like you said, the antibiotics and stuff. Well, wouldn't it follow that would go through to the eggs and things like that too?
Oh, I believe it does, and that again, there's that controversy. The eggs on the shelf in the store, or what they call free range. For people who don't know what that term means, free range, that's like at the Wainema Ranch, Shari has chickens running all over the place.
Yeah, and they're eating
They're
bugs.
not confined in a cage. They're eating the plant matter and stuff like that. And in case you don't know, one of the best animals for insects are ducks.
Yep.
They go out and it looks like they're eating your plants, but they're not really eating the plant. They're eating the bugs on the plant. So, animals, biodiversity is what that is. That's where everything kind of meshes and mixes with each other. And all birds eat bugs. Bats they might be a flying rodent, but they serve a very, very serious purpose in our ecological balance because they live on insects.
No doubt.
I would hate to think what insect populations would be without bats.
All right,
that would be insane.
Well, we're going to have to move on to another call, but how do we contact you at Alliday LLC if we want to catch your blog or find out more about the GMO issue?
775-230-9915 on that World Wide Web, folks. It is www.Alliday LLC. You know what? It's already 65, 70 up here already. I mean, it's warm, sun's shining. Going to be a great day, folks. Let's have a good time. Let's all be safe out there.
All right.
Thanks, Aaron.
That's Aaron from out of the Wainema Ranch this morning. All things known about GMO. I mean, that is his passion. You have to hand it to him. He follows that to the letter. Let's go from the Wainema to...
Welcome here to the AM News on each weekday morning. There are a couple of guys waiting for you to dial your phone.